Deck Profiles, a segment on my channel where we look at decks that are already in the game, getting more support later on in the game and have become better because of it, or decks that are coming out later in the game, and basically we look at all these different kind of decks and give you a deck profile, do some duel videos, and give you a basic understanding of what the deck does and how to play it. And today, as you can see, we're going to be testing Prank Kids today on Duels and Deck Profiles because, well, they got one card that literally makes them playable because they weren't easy to play for the pure fact they were missing a Link 1, and now they have a Link 1, so they're a fully playable deck. So we're going to be looking at the deck today because of that. I'm going to show you the deck profile, I'm going to give you some duel videos, and I'm going to give you a basic understanding of how the deck works. So let's get into this by looking at the deck profile first. So starting off, we're playing triple Prank Kids Roxy's, triple Prank Kids Lampsies, triple Dropsies, and triple Fansies, because these are your one-card starters. All you need to do is normal summon one of these, and 9 times out of 10, you'll have your full combo. For the pure fact that, well, you just normal summon them, and if your opponent doesn't have Ash Blossom, you win the game. Well, you're able to end on your board. You're able to end on your standard end board with one card. Literally, any one of these will allow you to make Meow Meow, and from Meow Meow, you can go into the Cock-a-doodle-doo to go ahead and add a spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, and you can essentially guarantee yourself being able to end on with a Prank Kids Pandemonium, a Prank Kids Plan, and just have Lampsies, Dropsies, and Fansies to go into whatever you want. So you're always going to pretty much be able to guarantee you have the options for these cards, and that's why you want to play 3 of each, because they essentially give you access into that sort of play. So 3 of each. For hand traps though, we're playing triple Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs, because this card is one of the best hand traps, triple Effect Veiler because this card says no to monster effects, and triple Infinite Impermanence because this card also says no to monster effects. These are just in general the best hand traps in my personal opinion right now, because they say, oh, you can't activate that one combo piece that says, or that one card combo on the board outside of like the Prank Kids deck that says you can't play the game, and I want to basically stop my opponent from being able to play the game to an extent where they make 8 negates and stop me from playing the game, which is something this deck doesn't do. It doesn't make negates, it makes destructions, which is a lot different from other decks. Going into spells though, we're playing triple Prank Kids Place, because this card is basically one Prank Kid monster in its own right, because you play 3 of each, and this says you can add any Prank Kid monster from your deck to your hand, and this card is also a card that allows you to chain block your opponent, because if you link summon or fusion summon, you can literally go Prank Kid monster chain link 1, Prank Kids Place chain link 2, because these all trigger when they are link or fusion used as link or fusion material. So Place is a nice card because it allows your opponent to chain. You to chain block your opponent from being able to use like Ash Blossom on you. So that's really nice. Going into, we also play 3 Prank Kids Pandemonium, which is the fusion spell. It's a quick play fusion spell, so you can use it during your main phase and your opponent's main phase. Only the main phase though, because it does say only during the main phase, and it will essentially allow you to fusion summon your Battle Butler or your Rocket Ride or your Washer to be able to go into certain combos and plays on your decision. You want to be playing 3 of this because it's the only polymerization in your deck, and being able to fuse 2 Prank Kids monsters from your hand can also be very useful, or even on your board at times, seeing as now you have the Meow Meow, you don't really need to fuse from your hand. We're also playing triple Prank Kids Pranks, because this card says you can discard a Prank Kids card from your hand and special summon a Prank Kids token. So you basically guarantee that you can have a second Prank Kids monster if you don't want to go into your Meow Meow, or if you later on in the turn you want to go into a different sort of line of play, such as summoning out an additional Bow Wow or additional Cock-a-doodle-doo on that certain route. This card is also really good because during the end phase it shuffles three Prank Kid monsters into the deck from your graveyard, so it gives you that recyclability as well on top of that, and also gives you a draw along with it too. We also play triple Pot of Desires because you're playing 3 of pretty much every card, and as long as you don't banish 3 of your Lampsies, your Dropsies, and your Fansies, you don't really care, because like literally they're the ones that say you make Battle Butler, so triple Pot of Desires is absolutely fine. There is no issue with it being a 3 in this deck. Triple Pot of Avarice, you're literally going to put more than 5 monsters in the graveyard turn 1 anyway, so this card is just a 3+1 and lets you recycle your extra deck monsters, your main deck monsters, your hand traps. It just and gives you a +1 in the process, and 2 extra cards with a +1. So Good there. One terraforming because it searches place, and then place searches a monster, so on and so forth. One monster reborn to be able to revive any of our Prank Kids monsters, so we can go even further beyond. One instant fusion because this card basically says we summon Rocket Ride, and then Rocket Ride says we can summon 2 Prank Kids monsters from the graveyard that aren't fusion monsters, so it's basically a double monster reborn. No issues with that there. And finally, one Prank Kids plan, because this says during the main phase you can link summon immediately after this card resolves. And also, if your opponent declares an attack, you can banish it from the graveyard and shuffle as many Prank Kids cards into the deck as possible, and decrease the opponent's monster by 100 attack 4 times each card shuffled away. You're mainly going to be using it for its link summon effect, but that card effect can come up at times as well. For extra deck though, we're playing Triple Meow, which is basically a Link 1, but its effect does come up where if you attribute a Prank Kid monster effect, a Prank Kid monster during your opponent's turn, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard to not tribute that monster. So it does come up and allows you to keep your Prank Kid monsters on board. We also play Double Bow Wow because during your opponent's turn, this allows you to tribute itself to add 2 Prank Kids from your cards from your graveyard to your hand. Also, any Prank Kids monster it points to gains 1,000 attack. We play 2 Cock-a-Doodle-Doo, which when it's link summoned, you get to add 1 Prank Kid spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Normally Pandemonium, but if Pranks is an option as well, you could get Pranks. And also, it can tribute itself to add 2 Prank Kids cards from your graveyard to your hand. 1 Nightmare Unicorn to get rid of any of those problem cards, and 1 access code talker because we play literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different type attributed link monsters to essentially destroy up to 5 cards. There's no downside to access code talker in this deck, and it just becomes a big monster to get over our opponent's stuff. And 1 rip roaring rooster because this is a Harpy's Feather Duster on the opponent's turn. Or your own turn if you really want. It's like literally just tribute and destroy or spell and trap cards your opponent controls. There's no downside to it. We're also playing 1 Weather Washer because it's the weakest fusion, but it does summon 2 monsters during our opponent's turn, which is really nice. We also play 2 Rocket Rider, 1 for the instant fusion, 1 for the Pandemonium, so we can just guarantee that we can go into those different areas. And we also play 2 Battle Butler, because if this is the main fusion monster you're going to make majority of the time, and having that extra one in the extra deck guarantees that you always have one in the extra deck, because you're going to be recycling a lot of the time, but if you don't get that ability to recycle at times, having the second one does come up. So Battle Butler up 2 in the main deck. Now, this is the main deck. I believe this is literally the best way to build the deck currently. There are some things that could change or could be made better, but this is just the deck as the current moment. So, without further ado, let's actually get into some games, which we'll go into right about now. So, let's go. First game with the Prank Kids deck, we go rock, he goes rock, we go rock, he goes rock, we go rock, he goes paper. God damn it, I was hoping he would go scissors. But that's fine. We have opened... You know what? It's not going second hand. It's definitely going to first hand because that's what you want. But you think if we're playing 9 hand traps, we would open at least one of them. But we're up against the new Spiritual Charmer deck. We're up against the new Charmer deck. I want to see what this does because I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't tested this deck. I've been wondering what potential things it can do. But I haven't really seen anything from it. So let's see what it can actually do. So he goes ahead and adds a heater, familiar possessed heater, from the deck to his hand. He sets an awakening of the possessed. If a spell is a normal special summon, you can draw 1 card. Okay. Once per turn, while you control a spellcaster with 1500 defense, negate the effects of all activated any monster effect activated by your opponent. That's really bad for me. Okay, so we're going to go and start off with the Prank Kids place. And we're going to go ahead and add a Prank Kids monster. So we're going to go and add a... Add a Fansies. We'll then go ahead and activate the Prank Kids prank. And use it. And we'll go ahead and send a Roxy's to the grave to go ahead and special summon a token. We're then going to go ahead and use Prank Kids Pandemonium, which is going to let us summon Rocket Ride. And we're going to use these 2. It negates the effect, so there's no point. We're just going to go ahead and activate our place, and we're going to not do anything else. Hoping he doesn't have anything to kind of stop me. Because if he does, that's going to really hurt. And then I'm just going to have to attack the heater. And hope I can kill it. Charmer monster you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Is this a Charmer? No, this is a familiar possessed. Charmer monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. That's he controls another one. I can't do anything to that. Okay. End phase. We'll go ahead and trigger this, and we're going to draw a card. Like, I don't play any back row removal, so I don't know how I'm going to out this. Teamwork of the Possessed. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Am I going to take an L? Oh, he's playing Witchcraft as 2? I mean, it makes sense, I guess, with Golem. Golem is a pretty good card, and if I attack now, I can't. Oh my god. I'm going to take an L to Familiar Possessed. What's he doing? What? Awakening of the Possessed, Archfiend Reaper of Nefariousness. What? Let him do that. During your, you can send one heat, a fire charm, and one fire monster control to the graveyard for summon from your deck. With this card from... Just special summon this card from your deck, hand, or deck. Huh? What the hell? You can special summon this card from your hand or deck. What? By sending one face-up spellcaster and one face-up level 4 or lower earth monster you control to the graveyard. When you special summon this card, you can special summon one level 4 or lower from the crick, but this card is... If this card is sent to the graveyard... What am I watching? What the hell is... What? What am I up against? I really don't know. That doesn't help. I mean, he doesn't control a monster with 1500 or defense, so I can actually play the game. So we're going to go ahead and make the Meow Meow. And then we're just going to be able to play the game. So we'll use the place to decrease all his monsters by 500. Like, as long as he doesn't control a monster with 1500 defense, I am fine. Or a spellcaster monster specifically. Somehow summons a spellcaster monster with 1500 defense. So we'll go ahead and special summon a Lampsey. Oh no, we just spent... I didn't want to send the Lampseys. Oh well, it's fine, it's fine. I can still play. We're going to summon a Dropsies. You can special summon 150... Okay. Okay. You see, this is really annoying me. Because he's got... As long as he's got one with 1500 or less defense, he can do whatever he wants. And I can't... Like, look, I'm going to attempt to summon. I can attempt to use the Dropsies, which I'll do, because there's really no point not to try. But it's just going to get negated. And I can't do anything to stop it. Both of them are. Oh, wait, no. Wait, what? Once per turn, while you control face-ups to negate any monster effect activated by your opponent. I'm activating a monster effect. That should have been negated. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know, but I feel like that should have been negated. But whatever. If it shouldn't have, it shouldn't have. But I'm kind of confused. So we're gonna go ahead and use the Pot of Avarice now, though. We're gonna return you, and you to the deck to hopefully draw something that I can use. What? Okay. What am I supposed to do with this? I really don't know. I'm just gonna go battle phase. I'm gonna attack. If it's card is disintegrated, you can have one. This dies. This, you know, you're gonna summon it back, but you take some damage. Wait, what? Oh, come on! It's when any monster's destroyed? Really? Oh, that just sucks. Guess I go into a Bow Wow. Use the lamp seeds that I can apparently use. I'm really confused. Like, it's a monster effect that I'm using, and it doesn't state on the field, so I don't know why I'm getting to use it. I must be missing something here. I must be. Like, I don't know why I'm able to use this. Like, I'm literally just gonna go to a point where I hope I can draw something that will let me play the game. I'm gonna banish the Ash Blossom, seeing as I can't really use it. So now it works? What? What was stopping this one from working? It's once per turn. I'm an idiot. Okay, that's why I'm just an idiot. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Yep, I'm just a I did not want to put that back. Well, it's going back. I can't. I'm gonna lose. And I know I'm losing this game. But, you know, just watching me struggle is fun, at least for you lot. Like, he made his board. He made this, which really confused me. And I misread. And that's something that happens in the game when you misread something and then you're like, oh wait, I can't do this now. That's the thing I like about the game as well. Like, you can screw up and I don't know. It's just something. I know I've lost. I really can't do anything to stop him from killing me. I'm literally just going to let him kill me and then we're going to go on to the next game. But literally, I really messed up. I could have done a lot more. I really could have, but I just didn't. And that was really my fault, because what I could have done was I could have sent the Doodle-Doo, and then from there I could have just had so much more. I could have literally gone into the Roaring Dragon, destroyed all his back row, then potentially gone into anything else. I lost this due to my own stupidity, but you know what? It's fine for the pure fact that I've learned something, and yeah. So we lost this game. I've made mistakes. It's just my fault. But let's go on to the next one. Let's go find another game. Next game, we're up against a guy called the May the Force be with you. We've lost the rock, paper, scissors. Just how the game goes. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Also, the reason I keep looking to the side is because I've been having problems with my webcam. For some reason, it might be lagged at times, so I do apologize for that. But anyway, it looks like my opponent's made me go first, so we're going to start off with this hand, seeing as we've got two of the pieces that are really good. We're going to start off with a Prank Kid's Place. Place is going to go ahead and add us any Prank Kid from our deck to a hand. We're going to go ahead and add a... We're going to add a Dropsies, because we got Roxy's, and we're going to normal summon the Roxy's, because the Roxy's is going to give us a draw. But we'll add a Dropsies just to get it out of our hand. Plus, the Place is a Ash Bait, so that's really good. So we're going to go ahead and use the Roxy's now. If we don't get Ash, it's fine. We go ahead and banish the Roxy's, and we draw an Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler will be very useful because it's a hand trap that will stop our opponent from being able to stop us. I should have gone into a Fansies there. Damn it. Oh well. It's fine. We can then go into a Doodle-Doo. So, you know what? We don't go into Doodle Doo, actually. We go into Bow Wow. Because Bow Wow is going to let us go into get the Fansies from our deck, which will then allow us to go from there, seeing as I made a slight mistake. But it's fine. Because like, you're supposed to go Fansies next, because Fansies is the one that's sending cards from your deck to your graveyard, and Doodle's the one that adds them. So we'll go ahead and do this. And we're going to go ahead and summon Doodle by using these two. We'll go ahead and use the Fansies as chaining 1, and then the Doodle as chaining 2. And we're going to go ahead and with the Doodle, we're going to add a Prank Kids Prank. And then with the Fansies, we're going to go ahead and send to graveyard our Prank Kids Plan. We're then going to go ahead and special summon a Prank Kids from the deck from our deck to our hand. We're going to from our deck, so we're going to go ahead and special summon a Prank Kids Dropsies. And now we're going to go ahead and activate a Prank Kids Prank. Prank is going to go ahead and discard a Dropsies. And we're going to summon a token. We're then going to go ahead and summon a Bow Wow with these two. We'll trigger Dropsies. So we're basically going through standard things. We're going to make sure that we can end on a board that will give us pretty much everything. We're going to go ahead and summon from the deck a Lampsies. And then we're going to go ahead and activate the Prank Kids Doodle Doo, which is going to go ahead and add a Plan and a Fansies. You know what, a Dropsies instead. It doesn't really matter which of the two we add because we're going to have everything anyway. So we'll go ahead and add these two. Then we're going to go ahead and set the Prank Kids Plan, set the Infinite Impermanence, set the Prank Kids Pandemonium. And we're going to go ahead and end there. So, and then during the end phase, we actually get to shuffle back 3 of our Prank Kids. So we've shuffled back everything but the one we can shuffle back anything but the one Fansies. So we're going to shuffle back 3 of our Prank Kids monsters, 2 of our Prank Kids monsters, and a Bow Wow because we have gone through 2 Bow Wow and I want to put 1 back. Because you want to make sure you have 1 in the extra deck at all times. So my opponent draws for turn. We don't know what they're playing, so it could be anything. But we'll see what they're doing. So, what are you playing, Duelist? You activate a card. What is this card? It's Resonator Cool. Okay then, well, when you activate the Cool, I'm going to go straight ahead and use the Bow Wow. And we're going to banish the Meow because it will let us just add 2 from the graveyard without having to tribute our Bow Wow. Okay. So we go ahead and add 2 from our graveyard to our hand. He's activated the Resonator Cool. And let him continue. Like, I'm going... he's got the Resonator there. Like, I'm gonna essentially stop him from being able to make his big Crimson Red Dragon thing, so he can special summon this from his hand. On the summon, I'm gonna effect Vader it. He's gonna try and go further, but he won't be able to. So, you gonna do anything? So you're gonna go ahead and summon that. I'm fine with him summoning that, because it doesn't really do anything, so, like, then he summons this, and this is going to summon a Resonator from the grave. Like, I'm fine with this. Like, it's not that big a deal. Like, it's when he gets into the point where he can make his big monster that's the big problem. So I'm gonna let him summon the little guys, and then after we summon the little guys, I'm gonna Raigeki him. So he's gonna summon 2 tuners from the deck, 2 Resonator tuners, which will most likely be level 2. Okay, I'm fine by that. Like, literally, it doesn't matter if he does this. It really does not matter, because he's not gonna be able to do anything with these monsters because I'm just gonna Raigeki. And I believe he doesn't have anything that can let him really go any further. Yeah, and then next time I'm just pretty much going to try and OTK him. So he goes in and summons this. He's going to summon a level 1 now. On the summon, we're going to go ahead and activate our Prank Kids Pandemonium. He's going to allow that, which is good for me. So we're going to go ahead and use the Fansies and the Dropsies in our hand. Special summon the Battle Butler. We're going to go ahead and trigger the... you know what, we're actually going to... No, we're going to trigger this. We're going to trigger Lampsies. Then we're going to trigger Fansies, we're then going to trigger Dropsies, we're then going to trigger the field spell. And now that we've done all of that, we're going to go ahead and trigger Battle Butler as Channeling 5. So we're Raigekiing him. We're not going to let him play. We're basically going to stop him from having any sort of reaction. We're going to summon 3 monsters, and we're going to go from there. So, special summon a Prank Kid, we're going to special summon a Roxy's, because we haven't used this effect, and we can still link summon. And, you know, that's just how it goes when in Prank Kids. You just nuke your opponent's board at the crucial moment, and that's really how the deck is supposed to function. You make the Battle Butler, you make the Roaring Rooster, and you just hit them at the right moment, and you just win. And especially against the Red Dragon Archfiend deck, that when it has the 4 monsters on the board, if you just clear those monsters, they can't play the game. So that's the second game of Prank Kids. We're going to do one more, and then that's going to be the video. So let's go ahead and go get to the next game. Last duel of the video. Let's go. So we won the rock, paper, scissors. We draw 5 cards, and we've got full combo. So obviously, as we do in this deck, we go ahead and start off by activating our place to try and bait an Ash Blossom. He doesn't seem to have an Ash Blossom, so we're going to go ahead and add from our deck to our hand. It doesn't really matter what we add, so we're just going to go ahead and add a Fansies. So we've got Fansies now, and we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Fansies, because then we don't have to worry about summoning the Fansies later on. So we're going to go ahead and then link, summon out a Prank Kids Meow Meow, and we're going to trigger the Fansies, because he's the one we want to trigger the most to go ahead and get stuff into the graveyard. We're going to go ahead and send a Pandemonium to the graveyard, and we're also going to special summon a Prank Kids from our deck, as due to the effect of each Prank Kid. We're then going to go ahead and link summon into a Doodle-Doo. And then we go ahead and trigger the Prank Kid in the grave. And we'll also trigger the Doodle-Doo. So with the Doodle-Doo, we're going to go ahead and add a Prank Kids Prank. And we're going to go ahead and special summon another Prank Kids. We'll go ahead and special summon a Roxy's from the deck. And then we're going to go ahead and use the Prank Kids Prank. Well, then Prank Kids Prank effect, we'll go ahead and discard the Prank Kids Plan, which will allow us to summon a Prank Kids token. And then we're going to go ahead and make a Prank Kids Bow Wow. And use the Roxy's effect to banish the other Roxy's in hand to draw I don't know how I do this, but for some reason, whenever I banish something with Roxy's, I draw the same card. And it's just really weird how I keep doing it. But hey, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So can't really complain. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and summon the Fansies from the deck. And then we're going to add the Plan. And we're also going to add the Pandemonium from the graveyard to our hands. And then we're going to set the Plan. We're going to set the Pandemonium. And what's in our grave? We can actually use the Instant Fusion. But seeing as there's not a Lampsies in the grave, there's no real point. So, I mean, we could use the Instant Fusion, but hey, it doesn't matter. So we're just going to go ahead and end it there. During the end phase, though, we do get to actually shuffle back some cards. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle back the Roxy's, the Doodle-Doo, and the... You know, I've realized I've just made a slight mistake, but it's fine. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle back these 3. Draw 1 card. And we're going to go ahead and trigger the Bow Wow. And if anyone's wondering what the mistake was, I could have potentially done I need 1 card in the graveyard, 1 additional monster in the graveyard, Prank Kids card, to be able to trigger this without any issues. And because I didn't, now I lost the Bow Wow, but it's fine. It's fine. So we're actually up against the the 3 gods of GX. I forgot their name, the Sacred Beasts. So we'll see what we can do. We'll see what the Secret Beast player is actually playing. I haven't done a lot of testing against Secret Beasts. I've seen them and I've seen what they can do, but we'll see what this man can do with the Sacred Beast deck. So he goes ahead and adds a Dark Beckoning Beast. That's fine. He hasn't got enough on the board for me to justify using my Pandemonium yet, so I guess I can allow this. So he goes ahead and adds that, and this, I believe, allows him to gain an additional normal summon. When he summons the one that allow him to summon a what does this do? You contribute this cast for someone. Yeah, so this is where I'm actually going to use the Pandemonium, if it will let me. Oh, even better. Even better. I get to kill this Darkest Diablos. So we're going to go ahead and use the Pandemonium here. And we're going to go ahead and summon a Battle Butler using the Fancies in hand, the Dropsies in hand, and the Lampsies in hand. We're going to summon it. Okay. So he's going to summon that. We're going to go ahead and trigger every Prank Kids monster in the graveyard. So we're going to trigger you. We're going to trigger you. And we're going to trigger you. So with this, we get to go ahead and summon multiple Prank Kids from our deck. We're not going to use you just yet. We're going to summon out a Roxy's. Oh no, we sent a Roxy's. I wanted to summon the Roxy's, but I made a mistake. Oh well, it's fine. I can still get everything I want. So we're going to go ahead and summon the Lampsies. We're going to go ahead and special summon the Fansies. And we're going to go ahead and special summon the Dropsies. All from our deck. And I'm going to wait for him to do something else. I feel like I don't need to do anything just yet. He's got the Darkest Diablos on board, which, yeah, is a thing. That's gonna be an issue, so this is where I use the Battle Butler, I think. Actually, no, we don't use the Battle Butler here. What I do is I use Plan. Because the reason why we use Plan here is because I can destroy this Skyfire and also the Unleashed, which is one of the issues right now. So we're going to go ahead and summon this. Just going to decrease his monsters for no reason. And we're going to go ahead and use the Roaring Rooster. Sending those to the graveyard, and now if he does summon a Harmonious Loud Striking Thunder and anything along those lines, I can trigger the Battle Butler and basically destroy it. So yeah. He's going to go ahead and summon something from the deck. Summons the Hamon. Here I'm literally just going to use the Battle Butler, because if he does have another Striking Thunder in hand, that will be an issue, so just destroying these outright is probably the best. And he surrendered, so we won. But you see the point of the deck. The point is to basically hit the opponent's choke point and stop them from playing the game from there. So that's pretty much everything I had to show of this video today. I hope you enjoyed the video, everyone who's watching. This is a really fun deck, Prank Kids, and I've really enjoyed the deck ever since it came out. I've been testing it here and there. Sadly, it's never really had anything, but now that it's got a Link 1, the deck can just go off very easily. There are one-card combos to be able to end on the Prank Kids Plan, Pandemonium, and literally being able to make Rocking Roast, and also the Battle Butler turn 1 with literal barely anything, and it's just really cool deck to see. So guys, that's the video. Tell me what you think of it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed it, please tell me in the comment. Tell me if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, tell me what could maybe be changed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Roll Bat 1 signing out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I like Prank Kids. Later all.